Hello, sweetheart. I'm going to read you a beautiful story so you can feel warm and cozy under your blankets. If you want, you can set your phone or tablet aside and let your imagination spark to life. The Sleepy Hill. In a quiet place where the days were warm and the breezes were always slow and gentle, there was a small hill known by the villagers as Sleepy Hill. It wasn't called that because anything magical happened there. It wasn't enchanted and it didn't glow or sparkle. It was called Sleepy Hill simply because everything that touched it, sunlight, wind, animals, even people, became calm, cozy, and just a little bit sleepy. At the bottom of Sleepy Hill grew a cluster of blueberry bushes that the villagers lovingly called moonberries, because on warm days their skins shone faintly like tiny moons. The hill was surrounded by tall trees with soft leaves that made the gentlest rustling sound when the wind drifted by. A young fox named Riley lived in a den just a short walk away. Riley was friendly, curious, and always gentle. Unlike many other foxes, Riley didn't run fast or play loud games. Riley preferred quiet things, soft moss, warm sunlight, and the slow sway of trees. One warm afternoon, Riley woke from a cozy nap inside the den. The sunlight slipped through the branches in long, soft beams, warming the dew on the grass. Riley stretched, yawned a tiny fox yawn, and stepped out into the open air. Sleepy Hill glowed in the afternoon light. The grass glimmered like green velvet. The moonberries sparkled like tiny pearls, and the wind brushed everything with a soft touch. Riley felt a warm, comforting feeling in the chest. It was the perfect day for a slow walk. Riley padded quietly through the grass, paws sinking softly into the warm earth. Bees buzzed lazily around the moonberry bushes, not busy or rushed, just drifting from berry to berry. Butterflies fluttered with wings that looked as though they were painted by soft watercolor brushes. As Riley reached the base of the hill, a small hedgehog named Poppy peeked out from behind a rock. Poppy was round, shy, and incredibly slow, so slow that even her blinks took extra time. "Oh, hello, Riley," Poppy said in her soft, sleepy voice. "Hello, Poppy," Riley replied gently. "Are you enjoying the quiet?" Poppy nodded. "I came to sit in the warm grass, but I think the hill made me extra sleepy." Riley smiled. "That's what Sleepy Hill does best."
Together, they walked up the hill, moving slow enough that they didn't disturb the peaceful rhythm around them.
The gentle sway of the tall grass brushed against their legs. The sunlight wrapped around them like a warm blanket. Near the top of the hill stood an old oak tree. Its branches spread wide, offering plenty of shade, and its trunk was smooth and warm from years of sunlight. Riley and Poppy settled beneath it. Riley lay down, letting the soft moss cushion the body. Poppy curled into a tiny ball, nestling into the grass. The air around them was still, warm, calm. Even the clouds above seemed to drift slower than usual, floating like fluffy pillows across the blue. After a few minutes, they heard a gentle fluttering sound. A small bluebird named Tilly landed on a branch above them. Tilly was tiny, with soft feathers and a chirp that sounded like a whisper.
"Hi, Riley." "Hi, Poppy," Tilly chirped. "It's so warm today. I almost fell asleep while flying."
Riley tilted their head. "Well, you can rest with us if you'd like." Tilly hopped down to a lower branch, fluffed her feathers, and let out the softest chirp sleepy one. The three friends stayed there quietly, listening to the sounds of the hill. The leaves rustled softly, humming a gentle lullaby. The breeze drifted through the grass in slow waves.
A pair of squirrels nestled together on a branch far above, their tails curled like soft cushions.
Riley closed their eyes for a moment. The warmth, the breeze, the whisper of trees, it all wrapped around them like a cozy blanket. Riley's breathing slowed. The whole hill seemed to breathe with them. Poppy rolled onto her back slightly, her tiny paws in the air, looking completely relaxed. Tilly tucked her head under her wing. Even the squirrels above began dozing off. Riley opened their eyes just a little and whispered, "It's so peaceful here, it feels like the whole world is taking a nap." Poppy mumbled in agreement. Tilly let out a soft chirp of approval without even lifting her head. Then something magical happened. Not sparkling, not glowing, just quietly wonderful. The wind picked up for a moment, swirling gently around the hill, carrying with it the sweet scent of moonberries. As it passed through the leaves of the oak, the tree rustled in a way that sounded almost like soft singing. Not a tune you could repeat, not words you could understand, just a calming sound that made Riley's heartbeat slow and steady. The hill hummed back as if joining the song. The grass swayed rhythmically. The clouds drifted in a slow, sleepy dance. Riley felt their eyes slipping closed again, heavier than before. And this time, they didn't fight it. They curled their tail around their body, nestled against the moss, and let the warmth of Sleepy Hill pull them gently toward rest. Poppy was already asleep, paws curled in front of her chest. Tilly's breathing was soft and barely noticeable. Even the squirrels above were snoring lightly, tiny, tiny snores. The whole hillside was quiet, wrapped in a warm, sleepy silence. And as Riley drifted into a soft, cozy nap, the hill continued its gentle hud. The breeze wrapped them in comfort, and Sleepy Hill lived up to its name once more, inviting every creature, big or small, to rest in its peaceful embrace. Good night, sweetheart.